A number of people that I hear repeatedly say over and over again is that the world is getting worse and worse, or this is the worst that the world has ever been. No, I wouldn't disagree with that. But yet, when we think of Jesus being crucified, I would say that it was the worst day in human history. But we call it Good Friday because we know Easter Sunday is around the corner. Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus, is the best day in human history. And we recognize that we're always somewhere on the spectrum. And so even when we're having the worst days in life, God is with us. Even when we're having the best days of life, God is with us. And, as the letter to the Hebrews points out, that Jesus can relate with us in all things because ultimately God became human. This was the whole point of God creating the entire universe, is God as spirit wanted to share divine life with a physical universe. And what a gift it is. And one of the things that Jesus says from the cross is, I thirst. Jesus thirsted for God the Father in the Holy Spirit. But it's to refresh us, to remind us that we have been created with both a hunger and a thirst for God. And God is our only true satisfaction. Isn't this why God gave us Eucharist? To satisfy our hunger and thirst, but ultimately to help us to be thankful. Whether we're in the worst of times in our lives or the best of times in our lives, we can still give thanks for the gift of life that we have and the sharing in divine life that we share. And so as we venerate the cross, what we have to do in our life is we have to go out and resurrect others to new life. And that is how we share in the resurrection of Jesus the Christ.